But all of a sudden, Willite shows up just at the right time and really should have had the pick.
Cameron back at his 26. On third down, Winnipeg. Shorter kick this time. This is Aaron Ruffin, the ex-Rough Rider, and there's nowhere to go. He's to the 37 and no more. 37-yard punt for Cameron. Bob Cameron in his 18th CFL season. Division All-Star in 1995. Still a ways to go to catch up to the big guy, Miles, and the old guy, Louie.
And the amazing thing about Cameron is he's, all 18 seasons there in Winnipeg. He's a fixture in that community, spends a lot of time helping out in the community and stuff. Just a great job.
And completed a pass tonight.
Yeah, perfect passing percentage this season. Bob Cameron, 1 for 1 and a first down. Nice fake by Colley on first down, Hamilton. Now his eyes opened up over there. He thought there was a lot of running room, but it closed in quite quickly.
I don't know what it is about young quarterbacks, and I went through it in my young days. You got to learn to get out of bounds or get down on the ground because, 100, 200 pounds doesn't work real good when you run into 250 pounds. And Shante Peoples taught him a little bit of a lesson over on the sideline over there.
None the worse for wear. Anthony Cavill watching from the sidelines. Suffered a concussion in the second quarter. Second down, about 7 to go. Emerson can't turn the corner after making the catch.
Hell no!
Dwayne Knight had him wrapped up. Ex-teammate of yours, number 8.
Yeah, Dwayne has a lot of ability. The guy can really run. We saw him miss a tackle that allowed Marcus Thomas to score, but Dwayne is a good open field tackler, and I think his strength is the ability to run with the young receivers that he's done tonight.
You took the words out of my mouth because when he first came into the league, teams used to overload with their number 3 receivers on him as a linebacker and say, oh, we got a great matchup here. We're going to get one against this matchup. But time and time again, he stayed right with receivers. And, boy, we found out in a hurry throughout this league that he is a terrific runner as a linebacker and a great cover guy.
Osbaldiston had to hurry that one. He got a fortunate bounce. Flags at both ends of the field. Near the kicker, near the returner. And I'm not sure how many flags have flown tonight, but we'll count that up and check in with Gino.
Van walk ready.
I guess we can't make contact with Gino Retta on the sidelines at this time.
He's out scooping up all those flags so we won't have any more.
I saw him down there loosening up.
Illegal block, Winnipeg number 88. Penalty is declined. We have holding, Winnipeg number 70. Penalty is accepted, first down.
After that hit we saw Peoples put on Colley, he started loosening up down there, Leaf. I think he actually took you for granted on that.
Jacket came off, arms started loosening up.
I've seen Gino throw, too, and they don't have a shot with him in the game.
Gino Retta used to coach Julio Caravata.
And what?
Football in Toronto. True story.
I know that's a true story.
I don't know if it's a true story, but that's the story Gino tells.
And he's sticking with it.
More flags on first down, Winnipeg. So did you coach Julio Caravata?
Yes, I coached Julio Caravata. As a matter of fact, I made him the quarterback he is today.
It only took him 6 years to become a starter.
Well, let me tell you this, though. Joe Montford on the last Winnipeg Blue Bombers offensive possession. Well, the Ticats defensive end walked up to me and he said, "I guarantee you this next defensive timeout for me, I'm going to get a sack. I guarantee you I have been really close. I'm going to get a sack on this next Blue Bomber drive."
The pressure is on Joe Montford.
Well, this is a huge defensive situation here for Hamilton. They can get the short field for their young quarterback if they can come up with a defensive stop here.
Another penalty against the Bombers, making this 1st and 15. That's the 25th penalty so far tonight. Vargas hemmed in deep, pumps once. Looked for Boyko and missed by a bunch. Hitchcock was closing. It might have been interesting.
Well, Joe Montford had indicated that this was sack time for him. Take a look at him on the outside. That wasn't an overly aggressive pass rush. It's kind of like he was taking one off there.
Let's hope that he was in pass coverage on that one, Leaf, because I don't know that we're going to get a sack from him in that situation.
The numbers on Vargas. No interceptions. He's looking at 2nd and 15 at the Bomber 11. There's the interception, first of the season. Steinauer. Orlando Steinauer has his first interception of the season. That's the first given up by Chris Vargas.
This is a classic scenario where Chris has got to find the cornerback on this play. He's got a wide receiver out in the flat, and he has his slot receiver running what we call a corner route, headed towards the flag, and he just doesn't find the corner who's responsible for deep third. He falls back inside and picks it.
Yeah, and that's just a great play of reading the pattern by the corner. We saw Steinauer do that on a running play. He left his man, came up and hit a great hit on Ronnie Williams. Now again, he leaves his man and helps out Wilhite and ends up with an interception. Great instincts and great anticipation by Orlando Steinauer.
His first interception of the season, rather timely for the Ticats. Set up near the 20. Emerson couldn't escape from Shante Peoples that time. He's been impressive for Winnipeg, number 56.
Does he get upfield in a hurry? I mean, if it's a pass rush or a running play, Shante Peoples gets upfield. Of course, Jeff Reinbold had Shante Peoples in Las Vegas when he was working with the defense down there. So after he had sat out for a year, he was Saskatchewan property. Jeff Reinbold made a deal with Saskatchewan for the ability to try and sign him, which he did.
14 sacks as a rookie in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, he was good. And Jeff knew that and went out and got him.
Loss is 2, 2nd and 12, facing Colley and the Cats. Oh, he was behind Emerson. He might have been a little over-anxious because Emerson did come open.
He really did. It was a good read. Emerson came inside, and this is just a situation where the ball's thrown behind Emerson, but it's a big situation. He needs to come up with his catch.
Yeah, watch Emerson right here. He finds the hole. He runs a great pattern. They've got 3-on-2 right here. It's a mismatch, but Colley just throws it a little bit behind him, and they had the perfect mismatch. 3 people out there and only 2 defensive backs.
Ticats come close as time ticks down. In the 3rd quarter, this should be the last play. A field goal try by Paul Osbaldiston. He missed one earlier. No mistake this time for Paul Osbaldiston as the Cats creep a little closer to the front-running Blue Bombers. It's 23-18, 1 quarter to go. And we send you back to Friday Night Football Control.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football Control. Rod Smith along with Obi, Les, and Marty. And we've seen something from Mike Colley, the replacement for Anthony Calvillo in this half, something less from that Tiger Cat offense. They could run the football in that 3rd quarter.
Well, it all started when Mike Colley, when they got the ball on their own 18-yard line, Mike Colley broke off on a 30-yard run. And then they just seemed to, well, and one thing, Jeff Reinbold started pressuring him, which you're supposed to do with a young quarterback, and I was giving all the credit to Jeff at that time for pressuring a young quarterback. But then they just started to take control of the offensive line. The offensive line started to take control of the defensive line. They just ran it all over them.
What they were doing is they were getting seams because Winnipeg was blitzing, and all they were doing was getting a few cracks there, and they were popping those running plays, and that's kind of taking them out of some of that pass rush now. But Colley's an interesting guy. Coach Southern said at the beginning of the season when I talked to him as his backup quarterback, he said he reminded him a lot of Matt Dunnigan. He had that same kind of attitude. We saw him try to run over the Shante Peoples on the sidelines, so that kind of reinforces what they like about him. But he thinks he's got the ability to run because he said he's a legitimate 4.6 as far as speed's concerned.
Well, Bob, I think it's too early to pass judgment on Colley, but I know in training camp there are a lot of the Tiger Cat players were upset when Larry Justanis was asked to be they wanted him to transform him into a slot back. Here's a guy who set all kinds of passing records at Acadia, and he's Canadian, obviously, and he didn't want to accept that role. He didn't want to be a slot back, so he walked out of camp. And I know a lot of the Canadian players, particularly in Hamilton, were upset, but Colley looks okay so far.
Well, I think, you know, it's a case of they were looking at him as a quarterback versus Colley, and obviously they felt he was a better quarterback than Justanis, so they were trying to give him a chance to make the team somewhere.
Which he has proven that he is a better quarterback this far, anyway.
He certainly has had his moments leading that drive down that ended up in that touchdown for the Ticats to get them within 8, and then the interception to get them within 5 points. Hamilton not out of it as we head to the fourth quarter and back to Ivor Wynne Stadium.
We're excited about this one, 23-18. Bombers on top of the Ticats. The rookie Hamilton quarterback has ignited the Tiger Cats. Mike Colley in relief of Anthony Cavillo. 15 minutes to get even and better. The Blue Bombers on home turf at Ivor Wynne. Lots on the line in this one tonight.
You know, Gino talked to Coach Reinbold before he went in at halftime, and he alluded to the fact that he knew that this Winnipeg or this Hamilton team was going to come out and spite and claw, and they have.
Osbaldiston gets the fourth quarter underway. Dexter Dawson out to the 35-yard line as Steinauer heads back onto the field.
And he
the interception sets up 3.
And he really showed me a lot here. I mean, the ability to read inside, read the pattern, see what's happening, leave your man on the out, come over and help out on the corner route. And I mean, that is just, you have to have a great feel for what offenses are doing to read the patterns, and that was super.
Ticats with the edge in time of possession. Net yards belongs to the Tiger Cats too, but the scoreboard is Winnipeg's for now at 23-18. Bombers beginning 1st and 10 at the 36. Leonard Jean-Pierre, number 35, in for Ronald Williams.
I'm really surprised that Winnipeg has not been able to run the ball a little better tonight. Their offensive line did such a great job a couple of weeks ago against Toronto, which I think is a real good defense. Hamilton obviously needs some credit. I know Joe wants to establish the run, and I know he's concerned that he hasn't been able to do that, but that was a 4-yard gain, so that's what you're looking for from the run.
On 2nd down, Vargas, no one home. Shalon Baker was within about 20 yards.
Yeah, I think he threw that ball away. He wanted Shalon on a little post route there, a little pump, and tried to hit him on a seam post, which was completely covered up, and he threw the ball over his head.
Funny how the momentum has shifted for these two quarterbacks. We saw Vargas do so well going toward halftime.
Well, I think they've gotten, Winnipeg's gotten away from some of the things they did well there right before the half. The little short passes, the mixing the run in, moving Vargas out of the pocket, doing some of those things. They've tried to take a few shots down the field and gone a 2 and out a couple of times.
Cameron across the 30 to get a wobbly one away. Aaron Ruffin surrounded by white shirts and dropped after a 2-yard return. 35-yard punt. Lots of close games in Canadian football this year. 3 decided by a point. Largest margin of victory is 15, and the average is 5.8.
And who would have thought Calgary would be 0-3 after 3 weeks of this season?
Well, I played against Calgary for 4 years in this league, and believe me, Coach Buono will have those guys ready to play before the season ends. I think that if there's any team that can recover from a 3-0 start and get back in, or 0-3 start and get back into the action, it'll be Calgary.
First, the Stampeders lost their first 2 games by a total of 2 points. Colley, a little low, but he makes contact. Andrew Grigg, far side. And he is listed as the backup quarterback for the Tiger Cats as of right now.
Believe
with
me,
Cavillo out.
Believe me, Andrew likes just where he's playing right now. He does not want to have to take a snap in this ball game, and I guarantee you, Coach Southern doesn't want him to either. But the good throw there by Colley, keeping himself in conversion situations here, 2nd down and medium.
2nd and 5, and the ball squirts loose. Ticats get it back and will kick it away. Emerson, number 9. Had a little trouble that time.
I don't think anybody really realized that the ball was loose except for Archie Emerson, because he coughs it up here, and you know, although it looked like he might have been down, he wasn't taking any chances. Maybe, of course, that's why Winnipeg relaxed. He was down.
Of course, there's a classic scenario. St. John's going to pick it up and run for a first down. Did you see that?
I don't think so. Again, keep in mind, Hamilton's had a kick block tonight, and Winnipeg has put consistent pressure on all evening.
Osbaldiston, a low drive. It's by Baker, trickling right down to about the 8-yard line. Still can't find it. Looks to draw a flag, and there's no markers anywhere. Bombers are hemmed in deep after a 61-yard punt. Lots to cheer about on Friday Night Football. Middle linebacker Calvin Tiggle, a big part of the Tiger Cats defense, knows exactly how important this night is.
Well, this game is very important, you know, to us anyway, and as well as Winnipeg, because we both you know what I'm saying, we haven't won a game, and we both looking at going to this game as a victory. Y'all know Winnipeg looking for a victory. We sure enough looking for a victory. So it's going to be a big battle, you know. People think it's not going to be a good game, but it's going to be a good game because, you know, Winnipeg or us don't want to come out this game 0-3. We want to be 1-2.
Well said, Calvin Tiggle. And it's time for the Ticat defense right now.
And Calvin Tiggle did a heck of a job to squeeze down that lane down the middle. Vargas trying to thread it in between Justin Ring and Calvin Tiggle, the two linebackers, and he actually got a finger on it as he slid across in that middle linebacking spot. There's Tiggle right in the middle. Watch this. Too bad he got just a little baby finger on that one.
Just tiggled it.
Tiggled it.
Bombers 2nd and 10. Inside the 10. Vargas gets some heat. Got it away. No chance. Far side. Alford, the intended receiver. Eric Carter, two-time All-Canadian, makes a big play.
You know, John, at the break, David and Archer were talking. I mean, you see football, you know football, and you get to points in the game where a team really has a chance to do something. And with Winnipeg backed up, you know, we were saying this is Hamilton's shot right here. They get a 2-and-out. The young quarterback's going to undoubtedly get terrific field position to work with. And, you know, this is the point in the game. This is Hamilton's shot.
Cameron will be punting from the end zone. And the Ticats expect it somewhere around midfield. That's where the return guys are standing, Ruffin and Steinauer. But the Ticats got a rush. Ruffin can't hang on to it. I think he got it back. A little dangerous there for the Tiger Cats, who have their chance right now with 10:56 to go on Friday Night Football.
New Dempster's hot and crusty bread can make any meal just that little bit more special, and in only 10 minutes. Just as well, because you never know who might suddenly show up.
Martha, do come in.
New Dempster's hot and crusty bread. From your freezer to Martha's plate in just 10 minutes.
Look for Dempster's hot and crusty bread in your grocer's freezer.
Hey, Annie.
Hi.
Love the hat.
Oh, I need it. My hair's a disaster. Look at my dandruff. That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
Here's the Gatorade calendar for this week. For more information, check out TSN's website at www.tsn.ca.
The Kart World Series ignites in Ohio at the Grand Prix of Cleveland. Get up to speed with an in-depth pre-race show followed by the roar of the engines live. The Grand Prix of Cleveland. It's racing your way Sunday on TSN.
Friday!
And the joints jumping tonight. Iverwin Stadium in Hamilton. Leaf, the tumblers you were talking about, we just had to roll in a couple.
They are terrific.
Ticats, 1st and 10. This is the newcomer at quarterback, Mike Colley. Throwing on the run. Greg is open. Close to a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. It was a quiet stadium when we began things here. And until halftime, it was pretty much that way, but the Tiger Cats and the fans rolling now.
And second time Andrew Griggs caught this kind of a ball on the bootleg. He's coming from the backside, and Colley's looking for him because he's been able to find an open spot in that zone.
You know, we really haven't mentioned Andrew Griggs, but he's come up with 2 big grabs for Colley now. And this is a guy that's come in off the bench for the injured Prince Wimbley, and he's done a heck of a job, maybe making a bid to be the guy in there.
I stand corrected. Greg had enough for the first down. Now at the 36 of Winnipeg, Andrew Grigg, 5 receptions, 76 yards. Smith, the intended receiver, and there was big-time heat on Colley.
You know, Colley makes a mistake here. This is a situation where they came after him. They brought a lot of people after him, but they left Archie Amerson open. They left him uncovered. Big-time pressure. You see Amerson at the bottom of your screen comes clean. I imagine Dwayne Knight had him in coverage, let him go. And this is just a great defensive play by the wide receiver, Leaf.
Yes, it really is. He fought through the football to make sure that there was no interception. Dwayne Knight got in again with the pressure. I mean, you know, we talked about his pass coverage abilities that everybody in the league found out early. But he also can come after that quarterback as well. But Colley made a pretty good read, though. I mean, he could feel the heat. He knew what he wanted to do. He maybe should have hit Amerson, but that's a little unfair because he hasn't been in these situations that much. But he knew one thing. He was going to have a shot at the home run, and he was just hoping his guy could make a big play.
And, you know, it showed a lot of belief that his guy would go out and get the football for him. So obviously some instincts there. He needs to have somebody get with him, though, on the eye black situation. He's really struggled getting that on.
Yep. What happens to a rookie quarterback? Does anybody help with the eye black coming in?
Well, it looks like Rob Hitchcock played a joke on him and didn't realize he was going to get in the game and get this much airtime, but somebody's going to have to dress him up there a little bit with his eye black. I know you're a big eye black guy, Lee.
Yeah, he needs a little help in makeup.
He should call Revlon, and maybe they'll send someone over. 9:49 to go in the 4th quarter in Hamilton. It's a 5-point ball game on Friday Night Football.
How mad do you think she's gonna be? She's gonna be fine. Get in there. He's dead. I'll call you tomorrow. Come on, you can sleep on the couch. You don't have a couch. Let's go get some pizza. No. Let's wait for the pool table.
Looking for something different? Want to get involved?
Feel the rush. Get in the game. The CFL is back, more radical than ever. The action never stops. It's hard-hitting, high-scoring football. Where are the attitudes? Feel the rush. Get in the game.
And he's taken down. It's been a tough night for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on the defensive line. Tyrone Rogers being helped to the sidelines. Williams is also slightly shaken up, and Tommy Fagan, defensive end for the Blue Bombers, went out earlier. Gino?
Well, John, I can tell you Tommy Fagan's actually gone to the hospital now for x-rays on that knee. They're concerned it may be an ACL. And in certain terms of Ron Williams, well, Ron Williams is actually sitting on the bench with an ice pack on his knee for a little while, hoping to stay out of the remainder of the ball game. But with now making it a close game, they're thinking they may have to use Williams again.
Dean Noel. foul. Took a pass from Mike Colley for a giant first down.
Well, they obviously saw this in the first half. They saw it in the first half. They had it set up, Leaf, and this time they get it done. This time Noel catches the football.
And they do a great acting job to invite the linemen upfield. Look at all those Winnipeg linemen around Colley when he releases the football, and lots of room for Dean Noel. A well-executed center screen.
That's a great play against a real aggressive defense. When
Absolutely.
You got linebackers coming, suck them in and throw it right over their head.
First and 10, Ticats at the Bomber 14 after a 22-yard gain. Colley looks to the end zone. He's picked off. Hamilton has it. Markers are down as Hamilton tries to get out of the end zone and then goes down.
Well, there's not a whole lot you can say about that. That was just an ugly read and not a good throw by Mike Colley, because I mean, there just was nowhere to go except to Brandon Hamilton.
Penalty after the interception, I do believe.
Illegal block. Winnipeg number 26 after the interception. First down.
So Mike Colley heads to the sidelines, a little upset with himself.
Well, Winnipeg's going to bring the heat again, and this time it looks like Peoples is unblocked, and that's where a young quarterback has to learn the game and take the sack. You're in the scoring zone. You can't give the football up in the scoring zone.
Well, again, the pressure coming. He knows Peoples is free. He's got to release the football quickly, but he just makes a poor decision, and a decision that's not surprising for a young player under that kind of pressure.
Don Southern hangs on to his hat on the sidelines. Bombers get it back. First down at the 15.